J. Edgar, chasing crime with a vengeance. With my crew of G-men gents, just look at their buns, gums.
What's a nice boy like you playing a man like J. Edgar Hoover? Do we end up liking him because of you?
I hope. You can't really, when you play a villain, you can't play that he thinks he's a villain.
Mm,
Uh, you
mm,
know, Most villains don't think they are.
yeah.
They think they're doing the right thing. He did fight crime, organized crime, and then on the flip side, he was lascivious in a way, and also
Yeah.
power hungry. I mean, he blackmailed many presidents into letting him keep his job for over 40 years.
Mhm.
So I look at it as a challenge because I am a nice guy, and I like to think that I am.
Yeah,
But it's a challenge, and
yeah.
because originally when I read the script, Harry Shearer said to me, he was like, "No, which role do you think do you identify with?" And I said, "Of course, Clyde
Yeah.
Tolson, his longtime companion
Mm.
and assistant." But the director, Josh, said, "I really want you to look at J. Edgar." And I'm like, "Okay, the lead." And then, it's a big role. And thank God we have a lot of rehearsal time cut out. So I'm excited about that.
There's a lot of shocks about this when I was reading about it. It's a musical.
Yes.
I
Well,
mean,
if they can make a musical about or based on Les Miserables, or they can make a
yeah,
musical on Hamilton, it's just how it's done.
yeah.
It's how what subject matter, I mean, please, cats, you know,
Which you were in,
which
but
I actually did, and I actually
I
saw
know you did.
the new
You're the
one.
first one. You but this is serious. This is not a springtime for Hitler.
It's a lot. There are
Mm, mm,
very comic moments. There's the serious moments are, I think, that and the touching moments are when he's dealing with Clyde,
yeah.
that their love for each other. It's very funny. It's taking a very serious man and a very
Mm,
situation and then putting a comic spin on. I mean,
yeah.
come on, it's Harry Shearer and
So what tempted you to
yeah,
say yes
Tom
in the
McCarthy.
end?
To be honest, I would have done anything to work in London. I love London so much.
He's mentioned now before, this is his debut in London. The whole of
Yes,
London is getting ready.
yes, I'm so thrilled. And I was just in London for Christmas.
Yeah.
Today is that my brother died 1 year ago
I'm
today.
so sorry.
Well, thank you. But I've decided, my husband and I said, well, we're taking the family to London for
Mm,
Christmas. And we had the most wonderful time. But I go as much as I can to London, and
mm.
I love everything about it. So to be able to work there for the entire summer is
At the
just
King's Head Theatre, one of our
King's Head.
favorite theatres.
Yes, I've never been to the King's Head
Oh,
Theater,
it's really lovely.
but all my friends have said it's wonderful. Yes.
So it's this is a strange thing to do, to take someone we hate in America to
Mhm.
London. So do you think, I'm not sure how aware we are of the details of what a closet he was in London.
Right.
How do you think the Londoners are going to take you or take him?
Well, I think like any human, well, like, as from a human aspect, I think people love scandal.
Oh, yes.
They love other people's scandal.
Yes.
Um, and there was a lot going on there. I mean, who was it? Harry that said, well, he was no, it was Judith Owen said, she goes, well, he was the first, or one of the first homophobic homosexuals. So,
There's several of them still now in this.
yeah. Oh,
But,
there are. Has
but by the
Wanted Republican much?
it
Yes.
seems quite lightweight compared to the shit we're dealing with now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh God, yes. Oh
Mm.
my gosh. Yeah, because but also think about it. He was the head of the FBI. What we have now is, someone who is completely inept.
We're not
Uh,
mentioning the drink.
right? Yes. But it's, the one thing about J. Edgar Hoover is that he did, you know, wipe out a lot of organized
Mm.
crime. He did do his job. He was also, there were certain things that he didn't you'd think he would have gone after, but he didn't. But
Mhm.
the fact, the horrible things about Martin Luther King, and I mean, all what he was trying to do there, he was definitely a racist. You know,
Mhm.
so
But Brian, you don't stop working, and we're quite envious of what you've just been up to. You starred in Long Star Bull with
which
Mr. McFarlane.
yes, Luke.
I must tell you what my reviewer said. It seems to have somewhat slipped under the queer radar so far, so make sure you seek it out. You won't be disappointed. That's what we wrote.
Really?
Yeah,
I love it. We know it's very funny. We filmed that maybe 4 years ago. It was one of
you
the first things
did.
pardon?
You did. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And it was the director is Dutch, and I think he was very artistic. And I just know I shouldn't be saying this, but like he was filming a lot of things on this tight schedule that I was like, are we going to get to the hard? Because on the schedule, I'm like, going,
Yeah.
oh. And by the last day of shooting, I had a death scene, and we had to do it in one take. And I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like,
Bryan
I
Batt, are you hinting there's a second reel we're looking forward to?
I don't know.
No, no.
I was taught because I texted when I was got on the spiral of the watching reels and loops, and
Yeah.
it was for some queer film festival,
Mhm.
and it was one of the top 10
Yeah,
movies films to
my guy
see.
raved about it.
Really?
He raved about it, and especially coming straight after seeing Luke as Tomo Finland on
Yes.
the on the on the
Oh,
Met.
wait. He was Tom of Finland in what?
And no, he was dressed as Tomo Finland and the Met Gala.
Oh, that's Luke Evans. That's Luke Evans.
Luke, yeah, Luke MacFarlane, Luke Evans, they're all the
Luke
same to
MacFarlane.
me.
They're both lovely. But
They're
I
both hot.
saw this and I texted Luke and I said, I thought this because I'd done looping for it like maybe a year or 2 years
Yeah,
ago. And it was a lot of time had really passed. And I thought this was dead in the water. I think they didn't end up getting the
yeah.
footage that they needed. And he goes, I did too. And then all of a sudden I see a trailer. So I don't know if it's been released yet or where.
Yeah, can't tell you. It's doing the festival circuit. I know that.
Right.
That's where we picked it up, but I'm not quite sure.
Well, I can't
Uh,
wait to see it.
yeah, you should. Well, my guy said you should definitely see it.
Okay.
But I know, is it annoying for you that I think about your past as well as your future? Because your very first movie is one of my very favorite,
Oh,
um, Jeffrey,
Jeffrey,
one of my all-time favorites. And it's your
thank
very
you.
first one, and you've done so much work since then. But
Well,
I still think of that.
I did have, that was just one of those charmed and wonderful experiences from the first table read of the play till
Mhm.
the last martini shot of the film.
Mhm.
It was such a
Mhm.
wonderful experience. We did the play at the WPA Theater, which is no longer, unfortunately, where a lot of Charles Busch's plays started,
Oh,
Paul
yeah.
Rudnick's plays, Little Shop of Horrors started there, Steel Magnolias started there. And it was if they got great reviews, they'd move. Well,
Yeah.
the play changed so much, and it was an AIDS comedy
Yeah.
at the height of the AIDS crisis. I mean, it was 19. We opened in 93, and there were so many rewrites and so many changes. I remember before we started our first preview, we thought either people are going to run from the theater
Mhm.
or throw things at us, or they'll love it instead. And after the first preview, people jumped to their feet and loved it.
I mean, you went
And
to
the
make a hit
critics loved
film.
it. There were some critics that thought, "Oh, you just can't laugh about this."
Mhm.
And Paul Rudnick's philosophy is that if you don't keep your sense of humor, then any adversity wins, whether it be a disease or politics or whatever. So you always have to maintain a sense of humor. And anyway, Frank Rich, and I just did a film that is based on a book that his son wrote,
Oh God, that's
Nathaniel Rich,
getting complicated.
called Losing Earth. The movie's called The Statement. Keep your eyes out for that because
Mhm.
Tom Tom McCarthy wrote and
All
directed
right.
it, and he won the Oscar for the Spotlight. Anyway, the kept on rewriting. We thought, and the people loved it. But Frank Rich wrote this
Mhm.
glowing review. It was back when in the New York Times the critics would battle each other. It's
Mhm.
like, this is my paper. No,
Yeah.
this is mine. And he won. And we moved to the Minetta Lane and ran from then producers wanted to take the original cast out to Los Angeles. And then the film came along and I think I was doing Joseph, an amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat on Broadway, and I went out with Paul and some people afterwards for a bite afterwards and drinks, and my husband was there, and Paul said, you know, in the films we add this part where you do this and you do that and you do that, and I got home and Tom said, did you notice he didn't say Darius? He said you. Like, oh God, really? And I did have to read for it, but I got the part and I was so thrilled. But and Patrick Stewart is
Yeah.
just heaven, a lovely, lovely gentleman.
We're such a long way away from that now. And there's a danger for all of us, for the next generation, to even deal with anything with AIDS because they don't
Yes,
believe, even though the figures show
right.
that it's not gone away. There's still 36,000. But it's just really sad that it seems to be untouchable now, that as a
Yes.
subject.
I wanted to do a revival of
Mhm.
Jeffrey, and the producers of the original thought it was a good idea too, mainly because several years ago on Broadway, all the AIDS-themed plays or gay-themed plays were being revived.
Yeah,
Falsettos, The
yeah.
Normal Heart, and I thought, well, this one was so iconic, and we had a great cast. I
Mhm.
played Sterling, the part.
Oh, really?
Yes, and Russell Tovey was in it,
Oh,
and Michael Urie played Jeffrey.
we love Russell Tovey in England.
Oh, he's lovely. He's lovely.
Mhm.
And it
Mhm.
was a great, great cast. And it didn't all work out because I think Paul just didn't want to touch it. He didn't want it to go to Broadway,
Yeah.
you know?
I have to tell you, Brian, I still follow him on Instagram.
Oh,
He's got such a wicked tongue. Anyway, let's go
Mhm.
back to the future. Is there a
Sure.
journey for this play after London?
Well, you know, you never know. All I do is I'm going to do the work and try to help, you know, listen to the director and do whatever I can to make this the best it can be. And then the rest of it is you put it out there and see if people love it and it gets a good response, then who knows what can happen with it. You know, I love that we have a nice rehearsal period. I love that I've already started working on the script.
Mhm.
Because it's a lot. It's going to move very quickly. It goes scene to scene to scene to scene.
Yeah,
It's a romp, really. You know, so I would love for it to have a life after this, of
good.
course.
We're going to run the details of that and also of to Jeffrey, because you can see Jeffrey online. But we should also say that we shouldn't keep you too long. Did your husband give you a morning off work from the store today?
Well, you know, we made this
Plug the
deal.
store. Tell us about your store.
Well, Hazelnut. It's
Yeah.
we opened Hazelnut in 2003.
Mhm. God.
And we always loved, well, he used to do this on Madison Avenue for some of other people, and he was so great at it. It's a home furnishings, gifts,
Mm.
boutique. It's almost like a little emporium. It has a little bit of everything at all different price points. And I love shopping and getting to go to market and buy stuff, you know, tons of objects for homes and home furnishings. I just love it. But we've always wanted to do it. And I was supposed to do this one big show and it got canceled and
Mhm.
I turned down other auditions and I said, well, we have this time and everything's cast, so let's do this. And everything fell into place instantly and it's been very successful and I'm very grateful. But the deal is that I take off a certain amount of time to open it. And then if I'm not filming or I'm not working in a theater or something, I'll be there if I'm needed. So I'm usually needed during the holidays. But
Do you
like
like
the
it?
other day, someone got sick, so I popped in. But I'm
Do you
not
like
there all.
do you like working there in the store?
I like, you know what I like? I just like talking to people.
Yeah.
When people come in, I'm a mess. I can't do a return. I
Okay.
can't do a gift card. I can wrap a package beautifully. I will say that that is my true talent. Yeah.
So if you're watching this and you're going to New Orleans, don't
Uh,
expect him to know anything about the product,
yeah, oh no, I do know
but
about
he'll
the
wrap
product.
it nicely for you.
I'll wrap it nicely. We're one of the last places on earth that actually do gift wrap, wrapping, ribbon, the whole bit.
Good. It's always great to talk to you. Have a fabulous time in London. I
I
wish you
cannot
well.
wait.
I know you can, and it goes so good because you know if the show doesn't, but you've still got London.
Yes, I love it. I
It's
can't wait.
good.
A summer in London. How
Okay.
delightful.
Good to talk to you. Thank you so much.
You too, my friend. Thank you.